The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is brought to you by Aspire Counseling Services. Call 829-7300.
If you saw smoke in the sky this morning, it was because of a fire burning outside Bakersfield. A Bakersfield shooting this morning has law enforcement searching for a gunman. And the Lightning in a Bottle Music Festival, expecting thousands of visitors, kicks off today. This is 17 News at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Alex Fisher. A cloud of smoke stretched across parts of the valley overnight as the Refuge Fire continued to burn. Now it is officially out. The so-called Refuge Fire started around 3:30 yesterday afternoon near the Kern National Wildlife Refuge. The fire is burned near Poso Creek and north of Twisselman Road. County Fire gave a final update on the blaze, saying it is 100% contained. Thanks, Kev. The search for a gunman is on after an overnight shooting in East Bakersfield that sent one man to the hospital. It happened just before 12:30 this morning on Monterey Street, just off Barlow Street. Deputies got a call of shots fired. When they arrived, deputies found a man who'd been shot several times. Paramedics took him to Kern Medical with moderate wounds, where KCSO says he is stable. Deputies don't have a suspect description at this time, but believe the gunman was either on foot or riding a bike. Well, it has happened again. A person was killed, 8 others wounded Tuesday when shots were fired at a school near Denver. 2 suspects are now in custody. The shooting happened a little more than 20 years after that mass shooting in Columbine. NBC's Jay Gray has this.
Shooter in classroom 105.
Gunfire explodes inside this suburban Denver school.
There's more gunshots coming from the office.
Students scrambling as 2 classmates armed with pistols open fire.
I need medical here ASAP.
9 students are hit, including 18-year-old Kendrick Castillo, who died as he and 2 other students charged one of the shooters.
The next thing I know, he's pulling a gun and he's telling nobody to move. And that's when Kendrick lunged at him and he shot Kendrick.
Castillo being remembered as a hero, his life taken just 3 days before his graduation. As the investigation continues, police have now identified 18-year-old Devon Erickson as one of the suspects. The second is a female whose name is not being released because she's a juvenile. Police continue to pour through the school, suspects' homes, and a car covered with graffiti as they try to piece together how and why it happened.
It's too new. We're only less than 18 hours into this case, and we're still working towards a motive.
This small Colorado community on edge.
Why? You know, what's with Colorado and the school shootings? It seems it's too prevalent.
And like investigators, many here searching for answers. Jay Gray, NBC News, Highlands Ranch, Colorado.
Very excited for them. Well, today is a big day. The much-anticipated Lightning in a Bottle Music Festival gets underway. The event at Lake Buena Vista won't just have music. There will be other activities like yoga and art classes. Safety is a big concern, but local law enforcement and festival organizers have been meeting for weeks to make sure everyone stays safe and has a good time.
Between us and fire, we kind of put our heads together and tried to think of every possible situation that may come up, and we're ready and prepared for it.
We've had great communication with the producers, the Sheriff's Department, EMS, all the county cooperators. Parks put a lot of work into it, and we expect a safe and successful event.
The event will require mandatory overtime for 14 KCSO sergeants and 42 deputies that will be paid for by Lightning in a Bottle. And KCSO says that will not take away from public safety resources needed in other parts of the county.
Hi, I'm Scott with Aspire. I want to personally thank Kern County for trusting Aspire with being a part of your family's recovery. At Aspire Counseling Services, we take this opportunity very seriously and would be honored for your continued support. Call us today.
Welcome back in your 17 Health Watch. Houghton Blood Bank is putting out the call for specific blood types to help a new mom in need. She's suffering from complications after giving birth. Houghton says the blood bank needs A negative and O negative blood to help this mom, and says it would be great to be able to get her this important gift this Mother's Day week. Houghton has 2 locations on Bolt House Drive and Truxton Avenue. You can call or go online to make an appointment. No one likes hangovers or the horrible headaches that come with them. The good news is there are some remedies that may help, and Haley Hernandez has a look at them.
Wine, vodka, tequila, pick your poison, but pick wisely or else. Director of Medical Toxicology at Baylor College of Medicine, Spencer Green, says the darker the liquor, the worse the hangover because of what's called congeners. For example, whiskey and tequila might hurt worse than wine or vodka. To heal the hangover, he says water and ibuprofen are your best options. While some people insist supplements like magnesium, selenium, or prickly pear can help too. And what about those businesses who will give you an IV post-drinking? Here you can get an IV filled with vitamins, and they say it works to heal a hangover.
It typically takes about 45 minutes to have the entire process done. You should see a difference within the first 20 minutes. If it's a bit more severe, we can definitely do a higher dose of Zofran, and up to an hour, I want to say you're like, okay, I'm back on track.
Another remedy for a hangover is eating a hearty breakfast. A good breakfast can help maintain your blood sugar levels, and one thought is that low blood sugar levels could be associated with the headaches and nausea. But even if this doesn't look appealing to you after a night out, do not turn to the hair of the dog. More alcohol will just deaden your senses and prolong the inevitable.
Yeah. Well, you know what's crazy is we are approaching the end of school.
Yeah,
in the school year. So, a lot of kids are, getting their yearbooks. Did you ever sign those yearbooks?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever, do any funny messages or anything like that?
No, I don't remember. I'd have to pull them out. I still have them.
Well, so it's always neat because, everyone's doing those yearbooks. However, one yearbook in particular is standing out above the rest, requiring more planning and effort than usual. Ann Herbst has the story.
The end of the school year.
It's exciting though, isn't it?
Is full of anticipation.
I really feel like I'm losing my mind.
And no one at Conifer High is feeling more jumpy.
Okay. All right.
Than Mrs. Thompson's yearbook staff.
And I'm kind of nervous, but
I'm really nervous.
After a year and change, their book, their baby, is about to go out into the world.
I've poured everything I have into this.
Well, today is a big day. It's huge. It's yearbook drop day.
Yeah. It's so exciting.
Yeah, it turned out pretty good.
And though this final product is pretty cool,
yeah, I'm really happy with it.
There's one they just cannot wait to give out.
Couple housekeeping items.
To a classmate right across the hall.
RJ is visually impaired, and we decided that we would put Braille in the book for him.
Make him feel like he was a part of who we are.
And you can see his book is going to be a little bit larger.
It started a few years back when Mrs. Thompson had RJ in study hall.
At the very last day, going out the door, he said, when are you going to make me a Braille yearbook?
But I hope he's just excited that we recognize that this was something he wanted and we followed through with it.
A yearbook is full of memories.
His freshman year, RJ Sampson asked Ms. Thompson if she was going to make him a Braille yearbook, and I'm proud to say that we've done it.
And though not every part of a high school career makes it into print,
I really appreciate it.
I really hope you enjoy it.
It's a moment.
Enjoy it, RJ. You deserve it.
These students won't have any trouble remembering.
I really appreciate it. There's no words that I could really use to describe how thankful I am.
Welcome back and taking a look at Wall Street. The Dow Jones is up 137 points, NASDAQ up 19, S&P 500 up 9. And checking oil prices, West Texas Intermediate is at $62.07 a barrel, and Midway Sunset is at $67.90 a barrel. Well, it was supposed to be torn down years ago, but now one of Bakersfield's oldest buildings has been transformed into a brand new restaurant. The 1800, as it's called, officially opened yesterday. Named for its prime Bakersfield address at 1800 Chester Avenue, the building was built in 1913 as the Security Trust Bank. Since then, the building has experienced its fair share of history, including a fire that nearly destroyed it. But since then, the building has undergone major restoration and is a fully functioning restaurant and bar. Among the items on the menu, organic tea, double bacon burger, and a wide array of craft beers. The owner says she plans the 1800 to be open 7 days a week. Walmart is raising the minimum age to purchase tobacco products and e-cigarettes to 21. The company made the announcement in a letter to the FDA about its new policy today. Previously, the minimum age to purchase tobacco products at Walmart was 18, except in states where the law requires a minimum age of 21 like California. Walmart will also discontinue the sale of fruit and dessert-flavored electronic nicotine products. The company says employees who fail to comply with the new tobacco policy will be subject to disciplinary action up to and including termination. The new policy is set to take effect on July 1st, also includes Sam's Club stores. Well, on the eve of Uber's big day on Wall Street, the rideshare company and its competitor Lyft face strikes by unhappy drivers. From coast to coast, the protest for higher wages and more benefits could mean a big slowdown just in time for rush hour for those services. Dan Chinnaman has more.
Your morning commute could become a crawl today as rideshare drivers across the country put the brakes on rush hour. Contractors for Uber and Lyft promising to turn off their apps, refusing pickups in order to drive their message home.
I have to live in a car to make a living.
They're not getting health care, they're not getting benefits, they're not getting 401ks or anything. All they're getting is the fare. So they should get paid more.
The drivers demanding better wages, clear policies on tips and fares, and benefits like paid time off. Strikes are planned for a growing number of cities, including Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York, and coming a day before Uber is slated to go public, an offer estimated to possibly top $90 billion.
There's no indication that it's in their strategy to make these drivers happier. They're both planning to pay them less over time, to rely on them less.
Lyft released a statement saying drivers' hourly earnings have increased in the last 2 years and, quote, "We're constantly working to improve how we can best serve our driver community." So far, no comment from Uber as it faces a morning of protests ahead of its debut drive down Wall Street. Dan Chinnaman, NBC News.
The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is brought to you by Aspire Counseling Services. Call 829-7300.